Hi, Vanessa. How are you today?
I'm doing fabulous, Stephen. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. We know each other, but I don't know a whole lot about what you do for WSIA. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. The role of diversity, equity, and inclusion is really to impact, influence, and to encourage our members to include DE&I principles into everything that they do, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We know that the industry has really done a nice job of trying to embrace diversity more now, but at WSIA, we're trying to take that one step further. And by that, I mean we're helping our members to understand the value of inclusion and belonging in their DE&I work every day. We want to help them to understand the value and the benefit of having inclusive workplaces where people feel like they belong. And the reason for that, the true value, is because then our employees, our associates, our team members, and our colleagues will feel like they belong. They're more creative, they're innovative, productive, and the benefit of that is employee, customer retention, and profitability.
I couldn't agree with you more. So the WSIA Diversity Foundation exists. I'm sure you guys have some goals or initiatives. Talk to me a little bit about what it is you guys are trying to get accomplished there.
Oh, fabulous. Yes, for this year, actually, we're going to be launching a mentorship program, something that's fairly brand new to the WSIA group. And in addition to that, we want to increase our Diversity Speaker Bureau volunteers who go out to historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, and to universities who have a high population of diverse students. The reason for that is so that we can share the good news about the opportunities that are available in this industry, especially the E&S segment. In addition to that, there's CEO Action for Diversity and Inclusion. That's an initiative of a lot of organizations throughout various industries who have taken a 4-part pledge. And the pledge is, 1, to increase the conversations that are had around diversity and inclusion in the workplace. 2, to increase the number or the type of education that we have around unconscious bias. We talk about unconscious bias a lot. We need to understand what it is and how we can integrate that into what we do every day to mitigate it, okay? 3 is to share best and worst practices around DE&I because we all make mistakes, we have lessons to learn. And the 4th part of that pledge has to do with including your board of directors in your strategic planning around DE&I. That adds a layer of accountability. And one of the other really nice things we're doing has to do with internships. Now, WSIA has already had an internship program for a number of years, but in order to bring greater diversity into that, we've partnered with an organization called En-ROADS. It's a national organization, it's been around for quite a while. And they help us connect our host firms with diverse talent so that we can increase the diversity of the talent pool that is available to the members. So those are a few things that we're doing.
That's exciting. Ironically, I am an En-ROADS alum. Really? I actually came through the En-ROADS program, and that's how I found my way to the insurance industry.
Awesome. Tell me more about that. I'm glad to hear it.
Sure. So as a high school senior, En-ROADS came to my high school. They were looking for talented youth. And as it turns out, I actually interviewed, and they accepted me into the program. So every summer while I was in college, I worked for a sponsor company. And that led me to insurance. En-ROADS, I owe En-ROADS a lot because they really made a big difference in how my career turned out. They helped me find an industry that I didn't know anything about. And I think that's one of the biggest benefits of you and I sitting and have this conversation today. I really think it's important that we get more diversity in the industry, but not only that, we need to get more young people make more young people aware of the industry and the opportunities within the industry.
That's a great story to tell, Stephen. Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Listen, before we wrap up, I want to make sure that we that you have a chance to say, give some parting thoughts or what you think we should what's important to you.
I'm glad you asked that. I would encourage all of us, all of our members, individuals even, to be intentional. When it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and they're not synonymous, be intentional about it. Get involved. There are a number of things that I shared today that we'd encourage people to be involved in, whether it is hosting interns, whether it is being a part of the Diversity Speakers Bureau, or even taking the step to get the unconscious bias education. And lastly, sign on to CEO Action for Diversity and Inclusion. But most of all, take the first step. Be intentional.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. It's great seeing you and great talking to you.
You too,
All right.
Stephen.